guys, I'm Chuck, and this is PFD Props. Wood pallets and crates have been a huge decorating craze for the last couple years, but those things are big and heavy. I've built sets out of actual pallets and crates, and man, it is a beast to set them up and take them down. Way too much for most of the productions that I work on. Sometimes you want to have the illusion of a wood crate without having the weight of a wood crate. So you need a great crate without the weight. Today I'm going to show you how to make a great crate that could be exactly what you need for your stage play or VBS. Skill level for making this one is like 0. This is fast, easy, cheap, and it looks really cool, especially from a distance. Hey, PFD is the rule of the game. Pretty from a distance. Your stuff doesn't have to look great up close. It's a prop. It's a set piece. Today we're gonna make our crates out of a cardboard box and some Sharpie. I'm set up on the table here on the back deck, and here is our supply list. It's a cardboard box, any size you want. Bigger might be better, but in this case we're going small just to show you how it works. You're going to need some packaging tape, a Sharpie of some kind, preferably wide, and a straight edge. With that, we'll get this thing going. First thing you're going to notice is there's a lot of writing on this box. We don't want to see that, and I don't want to take the time to cover it with paper. So we're going to turn this thing inside out. To do that, find the seam and then run your finger down along the inside to split the box so you can open it up flat, and we're gonna turn it inside out. Now, I wasn't super careful when I opened this box up to turn it inside out, and so you can see I ripped some of the paper. That's not a big deal. We're gonna take a little bit of tape, we'll tape this back together, and here's the secret, guys. You can only see one side of the box at a time. We're gonna put this seam on the back side, and nobody will know the difference. Now we'll grab our Sharpie and our straight edge and we'll make ourselves a crate. This is where the crafty artsy part comes in. This is really not that hard. I'll show you how easy this really is. By drawing just a few simple lines on the side of this box, we're gonna turn this thing from a cardboard box into a cool looking wooden crate. All right, the first thing we're gonna do is take that straight edge, and I'm gonna come in about, I don't know, 3 inches from the edge of the box. And I'm gonna draw a line that goes all the way off one edge and then all the way straight across and off the other side. Just one straight line like that. Then I'm gonna do the same thing here at the bottom of the box, about the same distance. And you guys, this doesn't have to be perfect. Again, we're dealing with the PFD principle. If it's pretty from a distance, it's pretty good. And that's all we need it to be. So these two lines here are the illusion of two boards that are on the top level. Next, we're gonna take a line and go this way. And this is gonna look like another board that's tucked behind on the face of our crate. And I'll do the same thing over here. Another board that's tucked behind. Now right now this just looks like a few lines on the thing, but trust me, this is gonna work, especially from a distance. So now I'm gonna take my straight edge and lay it diagonal so I can make this diagonal cross brace that sits in here. I'll just draw that line along there and then do another one this way on the other side of the board. We're already getting the makings of our crate right there. Let's go ahead and make this a full X just for fun. And here I want this line to stop when it intersects this other line that's already there, because I want it to look like it's tucked behind that board. So we'll do the same thing here. Draw this line from the one black line, tuck it underneath, come out the other side, and I wind up with something that looks like that. So this is a good start, but next we need to add some depth and dimension. So the secret here is we want to make the light come down from the top. So if light is shining up here on our box, if it sits this way, we want to create the illusion of shadow on the bottom sides of these boards. And so to do that, we're just going to take the bottom of this top line, and we're going to make it about twice as thick. I'll just run this marker along the edge, fatten that up. And you guys, shadows are not perfectly straight, so it's okay if this is imperfect. I'm going to run this all the way across and make that line nice and thick on the top. Now I'm not going to do that down here because this is the top of the board. The bottom of this would be down here and the shadow would fall this way. And so I just want the bottom side of that line. I'm going to do the same thing though with the bottom side of these boards. And so on the bottom side of this board, let's make that line just a little thicker. We'll do the same over here. Make that line thicker. So we're creating the illusion of shadow on the underside of these boards. Now we need to do this one here. And this board goes over the top of the other board. So I'm going to run that all the way across, cross over those other lines, and we'll make that nice and thick. So there we're starting to see our shadows. Now because my light's coming this way, I'm going to go ahead and thicken up this side line as well. Make that nice and fat. And so now we have the illusion that light's coming this way, it's hitting here, it's going that direction. And that's looking pretty good. But what I want to do is take these inner panels and set them farther into the background. So the way I'm going to do that is I'm just going to take my Sharpie, the skinny part of it, and just draw some vertical lines in that space like this. Again, we're dealing with PFD, right? So we're going to just draw some lines in, just freehanding them. And by drawing those in, it's going to push those panels, which, you know, in between our boards, it's going to push those to the background a little farther. Just give us the illusion of depth. So we'll drop those in like that. The next thing I'm going to want are some nails, right? Because these things are held together by nails. So the way we're going to do that is I'm going to pick a corner. I'm just going to make a couple circles. And these little circles like that give the illusion of nail heads that have been pounded in. So we can go ahead and drop a few. And because this is kind of a homemade looking crate, you might have 3 here, 2 there, a couple down here, and I don't know, maybe 4 over here, and maybe one of them is a little off to the side. Maybe we want to have a couple nails in the middle that are holding this together. And those, again, don't have to be perfect. It's pretty from a distance. Something else I like to do every now and then is make it look like one of the nails is bent. And to do that, you just take your Sharpie and put a little curvy line off the edge of one of these things. And that little crooked line gives the illusion that those nails aren't banged in all the way, and it gives it a cool effect. So there's one side of our box, and that's all there is to it. We're going to repeat this on the other sides, and then we'll put these on our set, and you'll get an idea of what this looks like when it's done.